This is a series by Linis S. The girl accidentally gained the ability to see the line, meaning the numbers to the partner. Consona, are you at home? Shit. A young girl, hey, he lives in an apartment where the windows are covered with cardboard, and she has the awesomeness of seeing red lines that mean a number to a partner. In this case, the forces extend not only to the living organism, but also to the human body. As in one of the shows, the company's employees assure the man that they have only a working relationship in the team. This power appeared in childhood, but it wasn't until she got older that she realized what it meant. One day, her mother found the drawings and was able to guess what these lines meant, and why she was eliminating her husband. And when Hyan realized that knowing about red lines could take someone's life, she made the decision not to tell anyone about it. However, this is not the only power she has. Hyung is also immortal, and since it's necessary to live somehow, Hyung has a goal, to find out where the red threads came from and someone besides her sees them. Her thoughts are to break through to the neighbors. She moved here a couple of days ago and is delivering goodies to the neighbors. And since Hyung doesn't want to talk to her, she just leaves the fruit and leaves. Also, when the neighbor leaves, Hyung opens the door and takes the fruit. At this time, a detective from G drives up to the police station. Hyung saw him when he offered his niece a ride. G is a master at magnifying red lines. So one day, his colleague suggests to print in her wedding. As for his niece Sana, the Delaware is not going well. She is being bullied by freaks. If you tell anyone, I'll throw you out of here. A little later, G arrives for a new case. The house was a mess, even though things were lying flat. It's also not like it's stupid. Neighbors saw a man in a helmet walking into this apartment. They're already at the station trying to figure out what the motive could have been, but they don't have any leads. Dongshik heard that the girl had a boyfriend, but they broke up a year ago. In the evening, Paddy Levisor was told, and in this case, Hyan saw a man in a helmet. And since he only has one pony, Hyung noticed him right away. Especially the man at the scene of the elimination, clearly trying to eavesdrop on what the reporter is saying. And then everything became more serious for her. Becky stood in front of Dumakin, and went into the apartment of the neighbor who gave her frocties. Hyan called 911 to report the danger. And then this couple began to have fun, increasing the number of laziness. A new day is coming. San has already asked for money. He immediately realized what was going to happen to his niece, but she didn't say anything and locked herself in the room. He also got a call from Danchik with the news that a man talking about a man in a helmet had called on 911. Moreover, the call came from the house opposite. It's so lucky that G lives here. He goes to check on his strange neighbor Hyung, and asks her to tell him everything she knows. Hyung replies that she just imagined it. This evening, another biker comes into Hyan's house, already with one laziness and staring intently into Hyan's peephole. Dongshik found out that the guy eliminated was a high school teacher. What is he? I even found a photo. Ji realizes that he saw this man in Hyan's entrance. After work, Dongshik went to check on this man. Trust seemed open, and the roommates were very strange. Before he can say anything to Ji, he attacks him with what? After a couple of minutes, the biker leaves the house and enters the next room. It turns out that he also has the power and wants to remove all the lines by eliminating people. Hyung ruined his plans, and even though he hurt her at the same time, Hyan Ji arrived and saw through the window what was happening in the house across the street. He immediately rushed to the rescue, making not only accurate shots. With the last of his strength, the man said he wouldn't stop. This made it clear to Hyung that there are other people in the form of Kilini. However, this man has now been eliminated, which is why it is impossible to get information about him. On this day, Hyan rethought her worldview, and what if the threads, on the contrary, would help save other people. She takes off her glasses and everything doesn't turn red. And on the phone you have to communicate. You and I are similar when we come to banjo school. The next day, San saw Hoyeon, read it off in a ribbon, and San tossed it to Jenwon. She couldn't stand it and attacked the girl. Teacher Lee heard the screams and stopped the fight. Moreover, she told San that she shouldn't act like that. Before leaving, San notices the glasses and takes them for himself. It turns out that Danchi K is still alive. He Chen just beat him up. Even after completing the case, Ji is sure that they definitely missed something. He will not understand the reason for the elimination. Ji comes to his house and examines the room more carefully. She's red for a reason. These are lines, and there are so many of them that the overall color has turned red. At the same time, San, already wearing new glasses, is trying to rip off Lena, whom she has begun to see above her head. And then Ji came into the house, and she was literally terrified, and runs away from home. He sees San looking at the sky and talking about something. San strolls through the streets, looking at all the lines. She quickly figured out who he was, and even grinned at the sight of Ji. More. Anticipating new discoveries, she goes to study, where she learns a lot of new things. For her, the hour of people is now considered a measure, and for her it is a flood. Looking over the wall, she became interested in someone, but it would be better if she didn't find out. Today, their class is replenished forever by Jian. Ji checks Dolka's things and doesn't find the glasses. Then he arrives at the school where Chen worked. He's very curious, he's wearing glasses. Li had never seen him wearing glasses. On the roofs, as always, the freaks, led by Hojin, caught up with San, but he stepped in because of San and explained that they should leave them. Ji checks the bar where Chen went. The bartender says that at first he was an ordinary person, and then suddenly he started talking by himself. Moreover, he was completely sober. He repeated the numbers 1 to 3. I even got into a fight with a client once. That day, Chen counted the lines above their heads. The man didn't like it and a fight started. The bartender adds that he is always on the strong side. I didn't have time to leave, as it became possible to enlarge the lines. Although there is a Hojin on Sand Street, who was bullied at the bottom and did not slow down to make a compromise with their teacher. But she doesn't care at all, because she won't be punished. I think you've forgotten that we're not of legal age. They'll punish Podbikorsky, but I'm not, you fool. Then Sen chose a new teacher target, to whom she sent a picture. He instantly felt like an auto, and then a message appeared. I'm ready for 20 million. San entered Vovkas and started making compromises on other students. Han guessed that all these things weren't happening for nothing, and her gaze fell on San's glasses. And when Haiyan asked about Lini, San was very surprised. She needed information about exactly where she found these glasses. San replies that someone planted the locker. Anyway, Haiyan is not going to give the glasses back. It's too dangerous. Han rips them out and takes them for himself. She tries to open everyone's eyes to their affair. Later in the evening, Hyun sat behind Sen and stole her glasses. She put them on and immediately realized exactly how they had been burned. San noticed the loss, but her teacher wrote to her, "Oh," with an offer to take the money. "Oh, I tried to negotiate with the girl, explaining my difficult financial situation." Before he could finish, his wife wrote to the background that sent this photo. He thought that La Sen had done it and threw it down in anger. Thanks to the fact that Sona called Haiyan before that, she was able to find her and call an ambulance. At the hospital, Haiyan tells Ji that Sona did not fall herself. The next day, Teacher Kim finds glasses on his desk, and after trying them on, he saw Lidney. And Lee tells Ji that the students who bullied their father, "Where did you go?" Besides the guy she went out with on Lenjo's last day, he tells Ji that San Sama offered to take pictures. He remembers that after the photo, she jumped up and ran away, saying that something was missing from her. Ji looked through the notes and noticed Hoyen. Kim is going to move to another country, and before that, she's going to live with us for 1 week. After the evening dinner, the brother-in-law behaves strangely. Get on your phone every now and then. And then Kim saw a ramp leading to another floor. Kim wanted to know where it led, but the man stopped him. Upon returning to work, Kim saw that their local celebrity Lee didn't have a line at all. It even surprised him. Although other people also surprised me, but in their own way. And then Kim followed the apartment where Lena was leading. There lives a girl who clearly spoke to her brother-in-law. He used the mailbox to find out her name, Quack. And even though today is the day to visit Kim's mother and his sister, the man was not here. He told his wife that he was away for work for a couple of days. But Kim knows what kind of job it is. He tracked down the man and confirmed his suspicions. Kim gives him 1 day to tell his father-in-law. Otherwise, he doesn't know what he's going to do to him. And then Kim went to Kova's page, where the news and the babies were displayed. Kim ran to his sister to tell her everything, but as it turned out, she already knows everything. And he hates Kim like he ruined her life. When Kim's brother-in-law went to Quack's place to help his sister, he couldn't stand it and hit him. The sister asks to stop, and then admits that this man is a husband, as well as a woman. It's her, the other girl. Kim ordered him to leave his mistress and return to his wife. That's what the man did. There was a mention of glasses in Sun Jin's magazine. He asks Hyein to tell him what it means and what you can see on Virgo. Han doesn't answer immediately, but that's where the first part comes to an end. If you want to know how it ended, write about it in the comments and be sure to subscribe. Well, we'll be back soon. Bye.